Hello, good morning everybody. It's Kylie here from Hello Crafter. Welcome to my online card class. I was going to start with my camera pointing at me, but I could not get it to, for some reason, I could not get it to flip round properly. And so technical difficulties this morning, but it's okay because you don't need to see my face. As long as you can see what I'm doing with the crafting, that is the most important thing. So I thought I would just get my camera fixed down on my desk and figure that out. So we are doing today an online card class. I haven't done one of these for a while, and so I really wanted to kind of get going with these again. And I'm going to try and do these at least once a month from now on, because I've realised I've just had so many ideas and so many projects that I wanted to share with a wider audience, especially the ones that I do for my in-person classes, which I'm only kind of sharing with a handful of people. I thought other people might be interested in seeing, especially those from a long way away that wouldn't be able to come to my classes anyway. So this is my way of sharing some projects with you that I do during the month. And I absolutely loved these projects when I did them for my all-day retreat. I will show you them, the ones that we are making. These were, we do more than this in a day, but these were my favourites. I picked 5 of my favourite ones, and I wanted to do them as an online class instead. So rather than you paying and coming for the full day, getting the bits and bobs, this is another way to get the class. So what I'm going to do is offer this parcel of materials to make these cards, so that the class packet, for free when you place an order of £40 or more in my online store. What you will get is all the bits and pieces already prepped for you. Some of the die cutting will be done, and lots of the cutting will be done. So this makes it really easy for you. If you like these projects, of course you can follow along with my video today and make them yourself if you've got the cardstock and bits and pieces already. But this just makes it really easy for you just to put these together and follow along with this video. And you will also get a PDF with all the measurements and instructions, step-by-step instructions, and supply list in there as well. So that again is free with a purchase. I'll be also offering just the PDF for sale as well, if you just want to purchase the PDF to follow along at home. If you've got all the materials, then that's great. So what you will need though is the Lily of the Valley bundle. So the Lily of the Valley stamps and the Lily of the Valley dies, in order to complete the project, because I won't have any stamped images in the kit, and I won't have any of the die cuts where the die cuts cut out the stamped image, if that makes sense. Everything else will be in there. So you may not want to get the Lily of the Valley. You might have something already similar to that, then you can use that instead. But anyway, if you purchase this, the bundle, I think that covers your free class packet. So if that was something that you wanted to add on to your order, you will get this for free. So it works out perfectly if you like the bundle, which I absolutely love. So today I'm going to go through the projects. I've done a little bit of advanced prep, but I'm more or less doing a lot of it from scratch. So you can kind of craft along. Obviously, maybe not live, because I'm quite a fast crafter, but you can rewatch this video, you can pause, you can rewind, you can do all of that, you can speed it up, and you can definitely mute if that's your preference. So this video will be here for a while, and then I'll put it onto YouTube anyway. So this is going to be on YouTube, and I'd be happy to send the link out. If you forget where it is, just message me afterwards. So shall we make a start? I am going to start with the simple cards first. So let's start there. And these are, you start with 2 pool party card bases. So I'm going to pull those out. Let's just trying to work out if I've got all the bits I need. Which I don't know, have I? This is a good start, isn't it? I did have my little die cuts, but I'll find them in a second, don't worry. I've got too many piles going on here. Yeah, so we start off with, let's do this one. So you're going to get a pool party card base and a cardstock layer, which I've definitely not got the right packet. 1 second. Here we go. This is the one. Cardstock layer, white cardstock layer, which is, you know what? I think I feel like I'm a little bit zoomed in. So let me just adjust, if I can, one-handed. Let's give us a little bit more space here. Yeah, that's better. This layer, this white layer is, so this is just a standard card base, A4 sheet cut down in half to an A5 and then scored in half at 10.5 centimetres. That's just the normal card base. All these measurements are in the PDF. And then this white layer is just 10 centimetres by 14.3. And yeah, we're doing this one, sorry. And then what I've done is I've cut out, I've still lost them. Are they in the envelope? This is, yeah, it's definitely when you think you're super organised. It must be here somewhere. You know what? I'm going to have to cut them out again, but I'll do that quickly now. As soon as I do it, I'll find them, won't I? So what it is, what I did was I cut the white from this layer here. I cut, I cut the shapes out from, and yours will already be die cut in your kit if you get your kit through the post. Yours will already be done, so you don't have to worry about that. But I've cut those out, and then the cutouts I've used on this card. So it's a very frugal way of doing it. So just as soon as I cut these out, I bet you'll find them. Just one more. Well, I did say I'd be doing it from scratch, didn't I? So the stamps, there's a lovely small Lily of the Valley stamp, and I'm just going to stamp onto each of those with black ink, a water-based black ink, because I'm going to be colouring them with my alcohol-based stamping blends. And the great thing about this is they look just as good with just a hint of colour, or more fully coloured in. It doesn't matter. So I like that you can just do like a pop of colour. So I'm using Granny Apple Green, just the light one actually, And rather than colour the whole thing in solid, I'm just going to pop a hint where the stamped lines are. And then it makes it really nice and quick and very effective because it just gives a bit of a hint of colour. And the same with the pool party. I'm going with the light, and I'm just doing like a little quick circle of colour on the base of each of the flowers and keeping the rest white. Like that. So yeah, so it's more subtle. And then what we can do is, so I'll glue this down. Now, if I can find a glue that works, because that's the problem when you've got a warm room. Sometimes your glues get a little bit stuck. And I was using them last night, so they shouldn't be that bad. But yes, see, all of them just need a little. What I do is I keep a pin or a kind of a thin pokey tool, but usually I've just got a long sewing pin in here. Can't find it. And then you just put the pin in, and then what it usually does is it unplugs whatever's plugging up the glue. So it's starting to flow now. So I'm going to put that on there, and then stamp the happy birthday. I really like this happy birthday stamp that's in this set, in the Lily of the Valley set. And I'm just going to just arrange those, leaving some space for the greeting. Stamp that. And then pop these on with dimensionals. Nice and easy. There you go. Nice and sweet and simple, that one. And then, so you've got the layer, the cutout layer for that one. And you've got, so this started out as 9 centimetres by 13.3. And then this one's slightly bigger, 9.5 by 13.8. And that will go onto your other pool party card base. But you want to pop some paper behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'll chop up some of this paper for you, all ready to go behind. So these are, I can't remember the measurements. Where did I print out? So I couldn't print out my my full PDF, excuse me, because the printer stopped working, obviously. So I think they're about 4 centimetres by 6 centimetres. And so I'm going to give you 4 of these pieces, and then you can alternate them. And then all you do is flip this over so the back's facing up. And by the way, yours have been cut a little less wonkily than this. Just a little bit of glue around the edges. and then you can no, other way. Cover the windows. Are they going to fall off? I'm not sure. I've not really stuck them on very well, but you get the idea. This goes on onto the other white layer, slightly larger white layer, and then that will go fully onto your card front. And then we just need to decorate, so we'll get that lily stamp again. Got some white card for stamping onto, and I'm going to do a few because I'll need some for later. How many can I fit on here? And then again, you can colour in this one. I am going to colour in more solidly. These ones for later. Just thought I'd do a little bit now. These are the things I should have done in advance a little bit, but didn't quite think of that. So this is, again, this is the light Granny Apple Green, so just getting a wash of colour on with the light, and then you can grab the dark and just add a little bit of shading at the base of the leaves and kind of going up those lines. Sort of adds a little bit of dimension. And then if that's too harsh between the dark and the light, go back in with the light and scribble over to soften. Excuse me. We've got, by the way, it's the Darling Duckling yellow that we use because that's what's in the papers, but it doesn't really matter because it's such a small area. It doesn't matter which yellow you use, so you use whatever. Yeah, that's right. You use whatever yellow you have, but instead of the pool, I did want the pool party on that one, by the way. I wanted the Darling Duckling on these ones, just to tie in with the cards. So, right, we need to die cut these. You can fussy cut or you can use the die that comes in the set. And this is where I had a malfunction earlier. I'm going to use my little mini one because they're only small. are any of you crafting today or over the weekend? Let me know what you're creating. I've got my card club tomorrow, my monthly card club, so I'm looking forward to that. I always look forward to that. And then I have got lots of exciting class planning to do, which I'm really, really looking forward to getting some of those classes announced. So these are classes that are going to be coming up September onwards. I've got an all-day Christmas retreat planned, and I've got 2 dates in mind for that in November, weekends, and sorry, a weekend and a week and a Friday and a Saturday, sorry, should I say. So that's really exciting, and because I've not done one on a non-weekend day before, and people have been asking, so because weekends, especially that time of year, tend to get really booked up, don't they? So offering it on a non-weekend, I think will be most helpful to people. So I'm really looking forward to announcing that. I've got a catalogue launch coming up in September, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because that will be announced very soon. And yeah, lots of exciting things. Obviously, as demonstrators, we've seen the new seasonal catalogue already. We've started purchasing a few bits from it, which is brilliant. So, and some of the stuff is amazing. So it's going to be very exciting. So yeah, if you're a demonstrator, you'll know already. If you're not a demonstrator already, then if you join Stampin' Up, you will get, it costs £95, but you will get a £125 voucher to spend on what you like, and that will include the new catalogue stuff that's unavailable to anyone else until the beginning of September. So actually you could get all your Christmas and seasonal stuff early before anyone else if you join Stampin' Up. So that is something to think about. Now we've got a very cute little Happy For You. I'm going to use that one again because it is very cute. And I think what I might do is just stamp it onto a bit of scrap card and just very roughly and kind of bubbles, kind of curve around it with my scissors, and then just add that on with a dimensional. Now in your class kit you will also get some of these lovely, what they're called, shimmering dots. You'll get a little strip of these to pop on your projects. I just love the colours in here. They just add that tiny little bit of sparkle that you need. There you go. That's the second card. So the third card is again very simple, and we are just using some of the beautiful Lily of the Valley papers, the Valley and Bloom papers. I'll just show you some of the papers. You might even want a full pack of these actually, because you're going to get like the little bits that you need to make the cards, but these are gorgeous. They have been out of stock. I think they're in stock. I should have checked before I came on, shouldn't I? Let me just check now for you. Yes, they're available. They're beautiful, and you know, they've got gorgeous patterns on the other side, and you've got these ones that you can cut up, and they're kind of like more backgrounds that you can pop, just like chop up and put lovely sentiment on. Same with that one there. You could use these for scrapbook pages. You can use them to make pretty gift bags. Yeah, possibilities are endless. You may want to pop a pack of those into your basket before they go. So again, standard card base, standard layer, 10 by 14.3. And what I'm actually going to do, yes, that's right, yeah. I'll just do my layers now, and then we'll do our stamping. So this one is the larger of the Lily of the Valley stamps. So you get a small one and a large one. So that's that. Let's do the sentiment now while I've got that there. Really, I mean, some of these sentiments are really, they're just really nice font. I just, you know, when sometimes that one just fits in there. So grateful for you. I love these kind of thankful sentiments, because I do send out quite a lot of thank you cards. So they're always handy to have in my stash. So again, you've got, you'll have some cardstock for stamping, and you need quite a big block or a stamp positioning tool for this, because you can see how long it is. So it fits diagonally on this what's it, E block. So an E block is fine. You just have to, I tell you what, if you're this is a really good tip, by the way, for this stamp, because it's long and thin and a bit bendy. If you just plop it, I don't know if that's the right word. If you just plop it on your desk and then use your block to pick it up, then it should be not stretched into place, so that when we come to use your die, it will fit it. I think a couple of people have found that they've not been able to match the die up with the stamp, and it's because it's very easy to twist the stamp out of shape. So that's a good tip, do that. And then for the bigger stamps, I pop the stamp down on the desk and take my ink pad to the stamp. So let's pop that on there. I need one of those, and I will need one for my other card as well. So I will do two. There we go. And a little bit of colouring, so grab your blends. So I do quite like to add just a spot of green down the stem. And this is where reading glasses would come in handy. Oh, I need some leaves as well, don't I? So, same with the leaves, just in case they bend a bit, plop them down, pick them up. So yeah, just add bit of yellow, a little pop of yellow. Which one's this one? Dark. It's easy because you can just do a little blob. You don't have to spend hours colouring them in, just little spots, and keeps it nice and subtle. And oh, where are we? The greens. So you could actually go dark first. So add the shading the shading first. And then add the light over the top, just blend that out. So yeah, 2 different ways of doing it. Depends what feels right and the size of the shape as well. But yeah, just enjoy a little bit of colouring. And then we're going to cut those out. Right, I'm just going to pop over to cut those. I've got a little bit of tape on my dies just to hold them in place, and I'll show you in a second another tip for die cutting these long thin flowers. Which has just failed a little bit on me because I've just I just accidentally moved it, but I'll show you. So this long thin, to line it up, so you want to get your flowers all lined up in the die, but then you see this little hole there, that hole helps you release the paper from the die when you've die cut it, but it shows you where the stem should be. Obviously if I'd stamped it properly, you'll see the black of the stem through that little hole and you'll know that it's perfectly lined up. So get some tape and tape it down in that position. Let's just run that through. Then we've got those, I've got that one for later, and then we can just assemble. So grab them. I think the mini dimensionals work best for this because you can get them on behind the little flower heads. So get a few of those on, and then just a tiny bit of glue on the bottom of the stem so it doesn't lift. That can go on there. And then I put glue on the base, and then a couple of dimensionals on the leaves. Sort of slide it in, and then a dimensional for this, and then a few little gems. So that's that one. Okay, that's 3 cards. Now we've got a fancy one. Nice pop-up box card. And we start with, for this one, we start with a, piece of cardstock that is the full length of the A4, which is 29.7. By 10.5, so you're basically effectively cutting an A4 sheet in half lengthways, and we're going to do some scoring on this. So let's see, pop it in your trimmer, and you score at, oops, move that out of the way, 10 centimetres, 14, 24 and 28. You've got this little tab at the end for gluing. Now we turn it and we're going to score once down here at a 5.5. And what you end up with, because it's 10.5, you end up with a 5.5 section and a 5 centimetre section. Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. 5.5 and 5. So the smaller of the sections will be the flaps, and the larger will be the base. And I know they look very similar, so it might be worth I don't know, just taking a pencil maybe and writing F for flaps on it. Maybe. And so then you want to just fold these. So fold the flaps backwards and then the rest of them go inwards. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut away, so base, the base flaps, cut away from the base this bottom, this top rectangle. So where the flaps are, you cut away that top bit there. So this is the base, these are the flaps, so you will cut down to the score line to create your flaps. I don't really like that word, but it's the best word for this. And this is how it will come together. So it's like a box with an open bottom and an open top. And you also have this strip here, and this is 12 centimetres by 3 centimetres. And this will form your little shelf that goes across the middle for popping your flowers on. And this one you'll score at 1 centimetre from either side, either end. And you fold it like a Z. So one tab goes one way, one tab goes the other way. Right. Now, I like to assemble this before I stick my my pieces on, just because I end up getting confused if I don't. So fold this back, put your glue on the tab and fold it back on itself to meet it. And now you know that it's going to fold flat completely. Decide which will be the back. So I might as well cover that up. And then you'll have a piece that measures 9.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and that will glue on the back. And it'll actually cover that fold, so your back will stay upright, your front and your side flaps will fold down. And I mean, you can decorate the base, but I've not decorated the base. I've just decorated these flat pieces. So I've done the cutting for you in your kit, will be done for you. So like I say, I'm making this really easy for you to put these beautiful projects together yourself. But the measurements are in the PDF, but it's basically 10 one second. Yeah, sorry. 9.5 by 4.5. These two pieces for the back and the front. And then you've we've got 2 side pieces which are 4.5 by 3.5. So, and then the paper is just 0.5 centimetre smaller than those to glue on. So we'll just glue them on. So I've chosen this this lovely green pattern just as a bit of a sort of more neutral pattern, so that the flowers, the die cut, stamped and die cut flowers really stand out against them. So that looked like sky on the reverse of this. So that is nice to put in the background, I thought. So you're just going to glue those paper pieces onto the cardstock pieces. And then you're going to glue those onto the insides. This is why I don't do it first, because I end up gluing them to the wrong side. So that's why I just like to do it. Some people would prefer to do it when it's flat, you know, it's easier to glue when it's flat. I get that. But at least this way, I'm not going to do that thing where I end up gluing everything wrong. It does happen. It does frequently happen. Sweet. Where are we? I've just brought up my my screen, and I can see Jane watching. Hello, Jane, if you're still watching. Nice to see you. Hope you're okay. Are you in your craft room? Are you crafting? Right, this shelf needs to slot in so the top edge lines up with the top edge of this, kind of about in the middle. So put glue on the ends with the box kind of upright and popped out. So just slide it in, get your fingers in, hold it for a second, and then squeeze it closed. And what you'll find is, hopefully, if it works, it will stick. And it might not fold completely flat the other way. It should do, but it might not, just because of, you know, just slight, very, very slight inaccuracies in scoring and cutting and assembling. But it should go into place like that, in theory. Give it a squeeze. And then you know also that your card will fold flat to go in an envelope as well. So that's why I do the squeezing flat thing. Okay, pop that back out. That will take it'll take a good minute to dry, so don't worry if it's sort of moving about a little bit for now. Just get it in place as best you can and then just leave it. So now we've got some I want some more leaves in this, because we've got some small flowers and we've got the big flower that I did. And hold on, I'm just going to quickly fussy cut this one because I didn't do that. We've got the leaf stamp, and you'll have a little bit of the granny apple green and garden green cardstock. Now you can do the stamping in black onto this card if you want to, but if you've got the two colours, if you've got granny apple green or garden green or either, you can use those and stamp tone on tone. I think that looks great. So I'll do that. I don't think I'll need more than one of each actually, but let's just do them anyway. And then we'll just quickly cut those out with the die. Oh, can't find it, but there is a die for that. My dies all just went, and you know what I've just found? I found these. I knew I would. Right, can't find the die, so I'm going to fussy cut it, because I do have one of these already cut, which is quite handy, but I'll just fussy cut this one. It's a nice easy shape, so it's not too bad, and I am just rushing. There you go. So I've got those. Where is the big one? Big flower. Oh, who knows? I've literally lost that one as well. Okay, we'll make do with what we've got. Before I do that though, I will do my happy. So this is words and something. Words and thoughts, I think it is. Die set, and it cuts out these lovely words. So what you need is some vellum. And there is an outline. There is an outline for happy. So I've cut that out of vellum, and then I've used the fine line word that goes on top. And what I've done is I've stuck some of the adhesive sheet to the back of some Granny Apple Green cardstock, and that's in your kit. Okay, that's in your class pack. Ready, ready die cut. I've done the die cut of the words for you, so that's in your pack. But that's how I did it, because I've turned it into a sticker. That's how I've done that. So now we can assemble everything. Oh, just need a birthday. Just need. You can use that one again, or you can use any birthday stamp that you've got in your stash. I'll just use this one because it's out, so it's easy. Little bit of card. And then just chop round that. In fact, I'll just do me weekly fussy cutting. If you had like a little straight birthday, you could just do it on a little strip. Okay, so I'll just unpeel these backing off. You might want a little pokey tool for this. That's going to make just grabbing that back in easier. And then see the H comes separate to the rest of the word. Definitely get a little tweezers or pokey tool and just carefully peel away one letter at a time. So I sometimes get one letter on and just go backwards because they stretch a little bit. So do one letter at a time. That's that. Right, yes, we can start decorating. I need you eagle-eyed people to find this stamped flower that I die cut, the big one. You know what? I think I might poach it from my other card for now, because I will find it in a minute. Let's let's poach it, steal it from this card, okay? So what you've got is a back area and this panel, and then this front box, and that you can do three levels of flowers in here. So let's put big ones at the back, and you may need to chop some off the bottom because they can be a bit long and poke out the bottom. And then, so you've got flower at the back. You can tape apart these leaves. Let's put one in the back and then one here on this shelf, and keep, like, go from back to forward, because then you can position them so they're not obscuring too much. And make sure where you put your glue is only going to be on the part that's touching your card itself, because you don't want anything gluing together when you fold it up. So actually, you know, it might want a few more flowers, but you can keep going and just add as many as you want. I feel like it needs like maybe one more in the front, but I haven't done that, so we'll leave that for now. And you'll also get another of the little these scallops. Sorry, no, you won't for this one. That's for the next card. So you've got your happy, and I put glue right behind where the letters are, so you don't see it from the other side. And then this one is mini dimensionals. There you go. And then you can always add a couple of the little gems at the end. I wish you could see my desk. It started off so clean and it's absolute nightmare now. Let's move these out of the way. Okay, right. Finally, we're on to my favourite project. This is the oversized card. So you will get, I've just glued it together. I glued it together because I wanted it in a frame to show you what it looks like in a frame. You will get an envelope for it, but you could just use the front and put it in a frame, in a box frame, which looks stunning, by the way, and would make a beautiful gift. But this is the card. It's 21 centimetres by 21 centimetres, about 8-inch square. So it starts off with a piece of card. These are all the bits. It starts off with 2 pieces of card. One is 21 by 21 for the front, and the second is 21 by 23, and that's been scored. So with the long edge along the top, it's been scored at 2 centimetres. So you fold that to make a tab. Let's give that a nice burnish. And then you put glue or tape on that tab. And then you take your 21 by 21 square and you carefully line it up. So all your 4 sides match. And that becomes your card front. And well, you could actually, what I tend to do is, I'll turn it to the back. So your tab's at the back, that's your card front. and then you'll get another 21 by 21 centimetre square, and you're going to sandwich that tab in between, and it makes it a double layer back, which actually helps when the card's standing, because all your decorations going on the front, which causes it a bit to sort of imbalance the weight. So this helps with that. What I found, oh look what I found, stuck to my trimmer. It's chaos. What I found is if you take just a sliver, like a millimetre, off one side, the side that you've cut off, put it inside the card along the fold, because now when you fold it over, you're not going to get any overhang. So now you can put glue all over this back. And then it's more important to line up these three edges. And it might leave just a tiny little gap there, which is great because it will fold over nicely now. So that's your card base. Okay, to decorate, we have lots and lots of cut bits. So each of the panels, if you like, this sort of sampler style, has got 3 layers. So you've got a basic beige layer, a white layer, and then a paper, designer series paper layer. Okay, so you're building up your layers for each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares and 2 rectangles. All the measurements are in my PDF for these. So, but if you place an order, get the kit for free, these are cut for you. They're all done for you. Don't have to worry about it. Making it nice and simple for you to make these. These are this is a cardstock square which I'm going to emboss. So let me do that now, and then we can start gluing everything together. So this is the where is it? Where are they? What's it called? Floral spray. It's in this suite. If you look online and you click on any of these products, the Valley in Bloom papers, Lily of the Valley stamp sets, that kind of thing, it'll pop up with coordinating items, products, and this is one of them in the suite because it's got these like lovely lily sprays, this gorgeous flower, lovely leaves, beautiful. So you can just like choose a section of this that you like. I like the bits with the lilies in, so let's just go there, and we will just run that through. And get that. And here's a trick, which I can't do because I've got a white ink pad. I've lost it and I keep forgetting to buy a new one. But if you had a white ink, you could just softly, with a blending brush over some white ink, and it gives you this almost like velvet effect. Don't know if you can see that, but that's a tiny bit of white ink just brushed over. It's nice, so you could try that. Okay, so let's get gluing. Right, speed gluing. We can do this. I was wondering whether I could fit this class into an hour. And I think I probably could have done if I'd done a bit more advanced prep, which I hadn't thought about. So I think that's what I will do next time. Give you a little bit less of the boring bits to watch. Like the, oh no, that's the wrong one. Well, I've got to cut another one of those. Oh, it's okay, I've got one. I've got one here. So they're the rectangles. And we've got the squares. Put the white layers onto the beige layers. Oh, Steph's watching too, I think. Hello, both of you. I have got a very busy day today after this as well. I've got to tidy my craft room because I am going to be filming some social media content in here. I know, I'm actually getting organised. So it has to be tidy, or at least a little bit more presentable than it is now. I've also got to film my videos for my card club. I've got to sort out what I'm doing for team meeting next week. And what else? Get some things in the post. Yes, lots of things. Right, I feel like I'm missing some squares, aren't I? So I want a mixture of the patterns of papers here, but keeping the colours fitting all nicely together. So I've chosen some of the papers that just go really well. And once they're all on, you can start arranging them. Actually, we need some die. We need to do this one. So this one's a cute little crosshatch die. So I just need to do that one because obviously I can't find the cuts. This crosshatch die is really sweet for adding kind of detail and layer onto stuff. And then what I've done is I've just added a little bit of glue, pop that across there, and then just get your scissors and just trim off anything that overhangs. And I really love this sentiment that's in a different set. It's It's not where I thought it was. I'll be sure to find out where that comes from and let you know. No, it's not where I thought it was. So instead I'm going to use the one that's in the set, which I was going to anyway. Because it's for someone special, to a forever kind of friend, and I'm just going to stamp it in garden green. Right, now I can, I just need a tiny little bit more glue on that. I've made a mess now. Anyway, so to arrange these, just place them on, and what you want to do is kind of figure out the gaps. So you might prefer to have them a little bit closer together and have a bigger gap around the outside, or you may want to try and even them out so that the gap's fairly even between everything, like that. And you know, don't worry too much. If you're using this Tombow glue, this wet glue, it is going to be easier just to sort of move things around a little bit. I do like putting the corners ones on first because it does make it easier for me to kind of place the centre ones in and get that even. You know, you've got something to line up with along the edge, and then you've got something to compare the gap. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I do it. Once they're on, and if you're fast, you can probably adjust slightly. I never put too much glue on mine. I just put enough on to hold it. So you can usually adjust a little bit. And then you can centre it on. And I know this isn't perfect. This isn't massively accurately straight or anything like that. But you know what? It's handmade. It's homemade. We can get away with it because it's pretty papers. Once you've got all the decorations on as well, that just makes it. Okay, now I'd normally do a granny apple green one of these instead of a garden green one, but that's what I've got, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so I'm just going to do my die cutting for the lilies. So we've got the big lily, and we want 2 of those in white. And then we've also got a couple of flowers, little white flowers, and they're actually from the Garden Gatherings die set, but you can use any small flower die for this, just to add a little bit extra detail. So let's find those other flowers. And then all I've done is just added a little bit of colour onto the stem with my stamping blends. And a little bit of the pool party. So those flowers. This one I'm going to cut because it's too wide, but if I cut them, I can make them narrower. So I'm going to glue those together like that. And then these can just very carefully be glued. Just need a tiny bit of glue behind these. One of them I might just cut down a little bit shorter. Just layer up so it looks quite full. And then finally just these little die cut flowers that just add a little bit of extra detail. So honestly, you can add so much more detail to these sampler cards. I kind of tend to go for more minimal, but there's no reason why you can't go mad and just add lots of the stamped lilies. So you could go, you know, add a few more things, you know, just go mad and add more detail. And then some little gems in the centres of those flowers just set it off perfectly. So they are all of your projects today. So you've got a couple of simple ones, a couple of more fancy ones, and yeah, a nice little display for your Lily of Ballet. So yeah, once again, you can have all the materials in the little packets. Where are they? Here's a couple. Enough card for stamping and some embellishments and all of the die cutting done for you apart from the Lily of the Valley dies. So you'll need something to decorate your cards with, basically. So yeah, free with an order between now and Monday. So yeah, I will add the link to this video. So if you're watching the replay, you'll see the link. But if you're watching now and you can't see it, just message me. I'll send you the link to place your order in my online shop. It just has to be £40 or more before shipping and after you've claimed any rewards. So if you've knocked some stamping rewards off your total, the end total needs to be £40 or more, if that makes sense. I know it's a question that someone will always ask, which I don't mind explaining. So yeah, before shipping, after stamping rewards have been redeemed. That was really enjoyable. Thank you for joining me. It was a bit longer than I wanted to be. I know for next time that I need to do a little bit more advanced prep for you. to make it faster. But thank you so much for joining me, and have a great weekend, everyone. Have a lovely crafty time, or family time, or whatever, holidays, and I'll see you well, I'll see you Sunday night, because I'm doing my normal Facebook Live on Sunday night. But in the meantime, have a great one. Thanks again, everyone.